Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Leos. How are you doing? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is the Mystic Leo. My name is Anna. I'm a very proud Leo. Pause up top if you know what that means. This is the very last weekly check-in of 2025. I cannot believe how fast this year went. I hope you all had a really great holiday, or if you're still celebrating, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday. We're going to do the weekly check-in, guys. You already know the drill. If you watch these videos enough, please take what resonates for you, leave the parts that do not. If nothing resonates on this video, I have plenty of others. I also do have a 2026 Leo's prediction video. Okay, I will link it during this video so you can click to it, and it will be at the end of this video. So when you finish watching this video all the way through, which I highly recommend, then you can also jump to that video and see what to expect for 2026. Okay, so let's dive right in. I'm going to get an angel number to start out with and see the message overall this week for Leos. Okay, we have Harmony. Your angel number is 121, and we have the card Harmony. It says, embrace harmony in your life. Seek balance between your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. All right, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being this week. It's all about bringing it together this week and being intentional about what it is you want to become, what you want to create, and what you want to see happen for yourself and, you know, in 2026. So I feel that. And maybe being all right with where you've been all year. Okay. Rough year for many of us. Now, we also have the door to value, but it is in reverse. That is not great news. Let me put it to you that way. We're still going to read it. This week, you know what? It's giving. I spent a lot of money during the holidays. All right, hold on. When it's reversed, it says this card reverse signifies a partial or perhaps even potentially complete closing of the door. Closing a door all the way this week. The hoped for new opportunity where money or career is concerned may be delayed or possibly even derailed. Don't be disheartened, however. This card reverse reminds you not to put all your eggs in one basket. Diversify your interests and your efforts and let your intuition guide you to the next open doorway. In the meantime, open your heart and your mind to the other sources of value in your life. Money is a commodity, but so are time, tranquility, and love. Choose to open the doors of these wonderful experiences yourself and find real value there. So essentially it's saying this is closing a door, and that can represent a lot of different things in your life. But please understand that sometimes when a door is closing, it's the universe, it's spirit asking us to open other doors that are potentials for us, things that maybe we've been sleeping on, things that we haven't really recognized within ourselves. Maybe we've focused so much on wanting this one thing or this one door to open that we've been closed off to other potential possibilities. So I think that that's part of the message that's happening here for you guys. Okay, I'm going to see what's your biggest challenge, and then we're going to move into the reading. As always, we look at money, love, career during these readings. So just hang tight, okay? What's the biggest challenge for Leo this week? Oh, my stars. Ugh. Oh, we have the cosmos. Creativity, vastness. Creativity and vastness. This is your biggest challenge this week. Let's see why it's your biggest challenge. It's card number 41. And the other door to value was card 31. And the other card was 121. So 111. Right there, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's crazy. So something seems to be going the way it should be going, even when it's feeling a little bit uncomfortable here. Okay, card number 41. And this challenge this week, actually, it's always an ally. Okay, this says that this is always an ally. There is no challenge with this, but maybe if you consider any of this energy challenging for you, take it as it resonates. It says the cosmos appears always as an ally and never as a challenger. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. I wish I could talk this week. They will be successful. Your creative projects this week will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is, in fact, contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others from an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important part of this message, both your inside world and your outer world, they're influencing everything, your thoughts and your actions. Most important, keep taking action toward your goals as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create. I would say if there is a challenge here, it might be to actually take a step forward with this, okay? Otherwise, the cosmos. Can I talk today? The cosmos is a positive card. All right, guys. Jesus Louise, I don't know what's going on with me. It's, you know what it is when you have like ADHD, what you experience is that everything is moving so fast inside of you, and it's like your mouth is trying to go slow to get it out, but also not, if that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Anybody, if you know, the brain's going 10,000 miles per hour. All right, let's jump into it. Let's take a look at any messages that Spirit has. Let's also take a look at, that was like 10 cards. We'll also take a look at money and career at this time. Okay, money and career. Okay, so this week we have leadership. You're stepping into a role as a leader. You're ready. So there could be a new position that some of you get this week, or you're taking on a role as a leader in, a different area of your life. Maybe it's your work, maybe it's your career. You're choosing something that's more like a business leadership or some, management position. It says your career will improve once you accept and step into your power. And you may be following the crowd in fear of putting yourself out there. So listen, don't dim your light for anybody. We talk about it all the time. Put your crown on, babe. Okay, we waltzing. We're not walking, we're waltzing into 2026. Kings and queens, I will accept nothing less from you. And you should accept nothing less from you either. Or me. Like I accept nothing less from me. Okay, justice. Criminal justice, police, maybe you're going to some armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. This could be a career move for some of you or something you're thinking about, a move you're making this week. Also, justice is really giving me like maybe there was something that was unfair to you that you get good karma for this week. You win the case if you have some court case, or you beat a ticket or whatever it is because you were right about something. You get where I'm going with that. It says, make sure to be honest and ethical with money matters. So be honest, be ethical, meaning don't steal from your job. Okay, knock it off. All right. Police, military, courts, criminal justice, anything in the legal field, some of you may find very interesting. Maybe you're moving toward that career, making a decision about it, or stepping into that field. You could even be moving up in management position in that field. And then here we have like your warning. It always has like 3 different things. It says sometimes your life needs to be brought into sometimes in your life needs to be brought into, oh God, I'm so tired of me. Hold on. Something in your life needs to be brought into alignment in your life. There's something in your life that may need to be brought into alignment, because justice, again, also represents balance. Justice is Libra. So you could have strong Libra in your chart. Maybe your moon, maybe your rising, maybe your Venus. Don't make me say the P word. All right, moving on. Let's see what else we got here when it comes to money and your career. Maybe your financial, maybe how you see yourself and your financial situation are out of alignment. I don't know. Maybe your thoughts are out of alignment with having an abundant life or making a career move at this time. Just food for thought. All right, we got 2 cards. We have training. Some of you could be going to school or getting some sort of training this week. And we have interviews. Lots of you having interviews. Maybe this week you're getting a new job position. I love this for you. Maybe some of you will not get the job position like we talked about earlier with that door to value that was closed. For some of it, I'm just going to say it. They may not be trying to pay you what you actually deserve. And yes, you may have your heart set on that, but also sometimes when one door closes, it's a great thing because it gives us the opportunity to find the door that we would want opened the most. So hang on, sloopy, hang on. Good interviews, job happening. You may even be getting that job and beginning some training or being told what your schedule is going to be and having training beginning next week. Clap for yourselves. Winning. All right, I'm all over the place today, but that's okay. Let's take a quick look just real quick, what else we can expect with money this week for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and then we're going to move on to the love portion, okay? Love portion. I feel like some of you are getting some training. You're going back to school, taking a course, like a certification course, or maybe finishing up some classes, because I get associate's degree. Somebody's getting their like associates or bachelor's in 2026. But we have, what's money looking like this week? How's Leo's money situation? Boom, job offers, money, getting paid. Some of y'all are going to get paid this week. This could be your week. But there's an opportunity coming your way, an offer being made to you. That's good. Money coming your way like this. Uh-oh. Hold on. Uh-oh. There it is. There it is. Okay. Okay. So we have the 7 of swords. Jeez, Jiminy Crickets. Are we near? Did I forget there's a retrograde coming? Anyway, 7 of Swords. This is about planning, being strategic, doing things with your money. So some of you may be taking a hard look at your financial situation this week and making plans with it, right? Like how you're going to go through 2026. We also have 7 of Wands. So you may even be creating rules and or setting boundaries for yourself when it comes to spending or money that you'll be receiving in this year. And like how you can, because some of us are in different positions, right? Like we're all in different positions. None of us are making the same money. None of us live in the same areas. So for some of you, you may have had a change with your money that is forcing you to have to really use it in very wise ways. Okay. So maybe you're like, all right, that, $40, which I can say very comfortably and easily you could spend or more at, let's say, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, somewhere, Burger King, whatever, wherever you might pick up a coffee and, your donut, your little Sammy in the morning, like you don't do that anymore. And then you start calculating like, geez, if my average was $65 a week for this, what could I save? This is how I can pay off debt, or this is how I can take a trip, like these type of things. Okay. So I'm seeing you having some thoughts about how you're going to be spending your money, okay, for 2026 and budgeting. All right. So I like this, but I definitely feel like I also feel like there's a person you may set a boundary with, like somebody may ask you for money this week and you're just like, listen, it's not. And if I'm going to lend this to you, then I need to know what's the plan for you to pay me for either A, my services, or B, the money I'm lending you, literally writing it out and making some sort of agreement. Okay. Because you don't want somebody crossing the line with you, right? Let's take a look at love relationships this week for those in connections and partnerships for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Queen of Wands, like that for you. That very powerful, very charming, lots of energy. All right. Relationships, show me relationships for the Leos. Devil in reverse, love this for you. And the Ace of Swords. Somebody's realizing here that there is a very with the devil, Capricorn energy, there's a very negative energy that they need to let go of, okay? For some of them, it could be flirting. It could also be paying attention to other people, right? Like needing other people's attention, because the Queen of Wands actually could be a side piece too. That could be somebody knowing that it is time to let go of these kind of actions of like flirting or being out there, being promiscuous, showing off a little too much, or even talking to other people. So I feel for some of you that are engaged in some sort of connection here, you have a person that seems to be having an epiphany about leaving a certain lifestyle behind, or paying attention to other people. Let's put it that way. So maybe they were dating while they were with you, or you were dating while you're with them. Like it's a newer relationship. Some of you are dropping that energy, or your person is, okay? I also feel too here that this is about letting go of like somebody literally here. You could be finding out that like they were talking to somebody else and like trying to be in a connection with somebody else, but they're finding out that that's not what this person wants anymore. Okay, like this person is getting clear that what they want to do is they want to be in an intimate connection or an intimate relationship with you instead. Okay, hold on a second, because I'm getting an interesting thing trying to come through here, but I kind of have a little bit of a headache, which is why I don't read all the time, guys. I'm extremely picky about my energy and when I choose to read, because the slightest thing can grab my attention and make me like, I have like a dull sort of thing. Okay, let me look at this really quick. This is Devil in reverse. Somebody's giving up on a need for something. Show me the Devil. Okay. Good. Oh, okay. So yes, Five of Swords. Somebody feels like Five of Swords and Five of Pentacles in reverse. So someone's giving up this abandonment, okay? Maybe somebody's beginning to understand or have a breakthrough in like their own abandonment issues coming up often in connections and relationships, okay? Or why they're emotionally trying to consistently disconnect from relationships is because of some sort of abandonment from an old relationship, or maybe like a parental figure, which I would definitely say for some people this is a woman. Okay, this is like a woman that gave up on this person or something to that effect. So I definitely feel like there's some sort of argument too for those who are dealing with maybe a third party situation, or somebody heavily flirting between, you know, them and a third party. It's kind of like saying, listen, you know, I don't need to have you in a relationship with me. Like it's easy for me to sort of let this go because I'm secure in myself. But you, however, I feel like there's this argument back and forth about somebody's insecurities and how they destroy their relationships in their life. Okay. What's interesting about this is I see somebody really taking it to heart. Wow. Look at that. So we have the Knight of Cups and we have the Eight of Wands at the bottom of this. It's weird because we then have the King of Pentacles. So it's making me feel like whatever this conversation is, it actually moves this person to take a good hard look at how they've been and what they've been doing. Because what they've been doing by connecting with a lot of other people or constantly flirting is seeking validation. They're looking for to stay in some sort of comfort zone, you know, and I definitely feel as if they want to move on from that. They don't want to be that way because they're understanding that nothing's permanent because of that. It's weird, right? You ever hear somebody complain and they're like, oh my God, everybody leaves, but then they're always leaving, or they're always never letting people get so close. Make it, the math doesn't math. Make it make sense. So I definitely feel like there's a conversation here. There's even an argument. Somebody that's like you know, hey, if that's how you want to be, then I don't want to be in this connection with you. If you constantly need to flirt, if you constantly need some sort of attention, that's not what I'm going to do. And this person realizes that they're going to be very lonely. Four of Cups I just saw with the Three of Swords. They're going to be lonely and heartbroken without you, okay? You give them that reality check that they need. Or it's the other way around. Oh, yeah. Eight of Cups. Somebody's realizing, I got to leave. If this is how it's going to be, then I'm going to leave. And the thing is that you can't fill anybody else's emotional cup. They need to fill it themselves. And again, you know, it's like they're always saying, everybody always leaves me anyway. Well, yeah, because you're not committed to anybody. You're committed to yourself, and you're hardly even committed to yourself because you give up on yourself all the time. Like, they don't open up. They're emotionally not very available. They're doing their own abandoning, so to speak, because people learn what they're taught. And people don't always do it outright in ways that you would expect that they do it. So I definitely feel like, Leo, this person may want to try to make things work, but at this point you may want to, you know, leave this relationship alone because you think that this may be unfixable, okay? So I just want to see really quick, what's the outcome? Show me the outcome. Show me the potential outcome, please. Show me the potential outcome. Nine of Pentacles, that's somebody choosing to be alone. Eight of Cups, yeah. Okay, so potentially for those of you who are in a connection, you may leave this alone. Okay, you may leave this alone because you kind of feel like, well, the whole time I was with you, I'm giving to you, right? But you felt the grass was greener on the other side, that maybe you need to go find out if the grass is greener on the other side. Because I know that I can find, do you see how she's walking toward the sunrise? I can find a place for myself. I can live in an environment that is not constantly, you know, bringing up shit for me, right? Because I feel like with the devil in the reverse, it's like somebody's giving something up or trying to give something up. But with that, it's like, it's almost like, how do I want to say? I feel like I'm going into psychology here, but, you know, sometimes when people give things up, they feel like they lose a part of their identity or something like that. You know what I mean? So you're dealing with somebody who's may here, for some of you, have some deeper rooted issues, but I definitely feel like you're walking away. Like, you figure this out about this person, and it goes deeper than just maybe talking to the people or flirting. It's like their way of being, and they're going to have a hard time changing it, and they're realizing it's a little too late to change that now, right? This person is weird. I almost feel like they're sort of like a perpetual victim. They're giving that vibe. All right, let's I see you walking away here, Leo. Okay, let's move on to the singles. I have the Knight of Wands. Some of y'all getting that dick. I'm not lying. We're just being honest. Hold on, I wanted to get a card on this people in relationship. Okay. Now, as I said, this is not going to be everybody in a relationship. Some of y'all have a fine relationship. Some of y'all leaving some bullshit behind. Somebody's finally giving up on maybe, you know, their need for some sort of validation, okay? Or maybe they're giving up, always kind of leaving you to do things or making you feel like you're not fully supported. We have the Dragonfly, lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change, things coming to light and healing. Okay, so something definitely coming out here. And for some of you, it's going to heal. Your person may walk away from whatever that thing is, but for most of you, you're walking away from this person. We have the Runner, fear of intimacy, running away, intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. As I said before, you got somebody here who is used to things a certain way, but they don't fully, it's like they don't fully go 100%. 2 Eight of Cups, come on now. But they would accuse everybody else of that thing. You feel me? Okay, so anyway, for the singles, we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody getting dick down. The wheel, wait, the world. I almost said the wheel of fortune. It's the world. Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. There's a new chapter opening up for my Leos who are single. All right, singles. I see you could be meeting somebody here who's really great, specifically a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. What else for the singles? Six of Cups. It could be somebody from your past as well, or somebody that you feel like you may have some sort of past life connection with. There's definitely like a romantic door that's opening for many of you, especially as we're going into this new year. Many of you are in a new chapter. So I feel like you have this vibe of like going out, meeting people. I definitely feel like you meet somebody here who feels comfortable. You know, they feel comfortable, they feel familiar. Let's see what else we see. Talk to me about the world. This could be over the internet too. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, I like this. What's the Six of Cups? We have the Hermit. Okay, what's the Knight of Wands? Show me the Knight of Wands, please. I see a connection that's staying around here for a little bit. Very satisfying. This person is doing really well for themselves with the Ten of Pentacles. Definitely have a home, definitely have a family, something going on here. They want this with you. With the Hermit, Virgo energy, you could even be meeting a Virgo, connecting with a Virgo here at a long distance. Because we have the world, this is communication. This is somebody telling you that, you know, if you've recently met them and started dating or what have you, this person is looking for a relationship. Okay. They've done a lot of seeking. They may have even really looked at their own stuff, right? With the Hermit, this is somebody doing a deep dive, like knowing themselves, getting to know themselves, healing their old hurts, old woundings, childhood stuff. They have seemed to have done the work with the Hermit. They're more of a self-aware type of person. They may even work in something that's like this, like where they need to be, like maybe psychology, self-aware, maybe there's some type of counselor, something of that effect. Even if they work with, let's say, like younger kids, like boys and girls clubs, something like that. This is somebody that is going to let you know they are very interested in seeing where this can go, because they are looking for a committed relationship. They've already gone through the part where they thought about what they wanted, what they're looking for. It feels like a very like dedicated to a family type of choice. This is a person who saves. This is a person who's very like they, how do I want to say it? I don't want to say they're frugal, but I guess they could be frugal, but they have a lot. They're just humble. This is a humble person. They are a lot of fun with that Knight of Wands. They're the kind of person who is going to reach out to you first. So if you haven't met this person, right out the gate, they're going to be very upfront. They'll be very outgoing and direct with you and kind of let you know, like, hey, here's what I'm looking for. I'm very interested in getting to know you. When can we meet? I feel like right away it comes like, when can we meet? You know, so just take notice. Okay, it's not love bombing. I don't get that vibe at all. This is just a very like, I know what I want. I've already been through the parts where, you know, I needed to go through to figure out the things that I want to do with my life. They very much know. That's crazy. Okay, they very much know what they want. The only card that flipped over was the engagement ring. All the others were like down. This one was the only one that flipped out when that happened. So they're looking for a partnership. They're looking for the person who completes them. They're looking for eventually long term. All right. So I would not be too nervous about this. We have girl with the snake, charmed or used enabled boundaries. I feel like they went through this and they have very solid boundaries. Like somebody really hurt them, because we have that Six of Cups. That could be healing those old wounds, especially coupled with something like the Hermit. They could have been used by somebody, because I feel like they have something with that Ten of Pentacles. Like they have something that of value, okay? Like literal, that people have, girls or men are and men have gone after. Okay, we have the picture, looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. As I said, this person also, we could be looking at a reconnection. It could be somebody from the past or even a past life soulmate. So you will notice this person going through liking your pictures. Maybe they've been staring at your pictures. They feel a deep connection with you. You may even have known this person already at some point in your life, and you're making a reconnection for some of you here, okay, Leo? So I like this. I don't mind it for this angle, Leos. I don't mind it. I want to see where it's going, though. Let me get one card to see. Potential outcome for single Leos. No whammies. No whammies. Potential outcome. No whammies. Okay, the moon in reverse. Not the worst card. Cancer, Pisces, depends on what school you're from here. So we have the High Priestess. I definitely feel like there's some sort of spiritual connection here, and I feel like this is a very open connection. So I do feel like you learn more about each other. It becomes a deeper, maybe you find that there is a very much a deeper connection here. Maybe you kind of have the same sort of journey through your life, or feel like you have the same purpose or path here. I like this for you. With the moon in reverse, it's like secrets out, right? Some of you could actually have a secret admirer here, and this person comes forward in the new year and says, look, I've been checking you out. They got their shit together. They knew they have to step to you like in a different type of way. They can't just come at you. They know that you have substance. They know you're not going to sit and do small talk and all that shit. They have seen you put the work in on yourself and do the work in on yourself. So they're coming with the same type of energy, almost like a matching your energy type of thing. Okay. So, I don't know. This definitely feels very interesting. As I said, could be a new person that you meet, a person, but definitely regardless, a person from your past or a past life connection here with somebody. Very, very interesting, very deep connection. It will be. Give it time. This person is very serious about being in a relationship, okay? So let me get a couple of closing cards here to wrap it up, guys. I hope you guys have had a really great holiday and you have a great rest of your week. Okay, we're just going to get 3 little cards here from Spirit and see what our closing messages are. And also I'm going to get a card from my other deck right here as well. Okay, we have a broken bridge. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Something could happen this week where the outcome is not as it is expected. Maybe it can't be fixed right now, okay? Maybe it has to do with timing. We have a fair woman dealing or relationships with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair. I might have gray and or white hair, but dealings with a fair woman this week. And we also have dog far away, distant friend is thinking of you. And so you may hear from a distant friend this week, okay? My last message from the Wisdom from Within. Let's see what we got here. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Please don't forget, give it a like if it is resonating for you, okay? Help your girl out. The algorithm be like, screw you for a couple weeks. And it has been. I have not been, my views have been down. It happens. They either go way, way up or during the holidays, or they kind of go down because people are busy. So let's see what we got here. What do we got here for Leo? There we go. It says, I am and always will be enough. That's your message for the week. I am and always will be enough. I love that for you guys. All right. So that's what I have for you, Leo. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Again, if it resonated, please don't forget, give it a thumbs up. And please don't forget to check out your 2026 predictions, because 2026 stands to be a very, very good year for Leos. All right, my loves. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.